Everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews, and we got a huge stack plus an extra. So we'll get right to it. We'll get right to it with this square-bound monstrosity, Moon Knight. See, it's square-bound. Moon Knight number 25. The interesting thing is a lot of these, usually they put like filler. This has some filler in it. We'll go over that later. This has a very long story called Danse Macabre. Writer is Jed MacKay. Artists are Partha Pratim, Alessandro Cappuccio. That's it. Just those two. And it's a very long back and forth story. It's got Moon Knight. It's got who's the bad guy? It's somebody that let's see, because Zodiac's in there, and they send someone to talk to him. But they are after Black Spectre, and there's more than one Black Spectre. So this is a great story. I mean, seriously, in the comic book itself, the artwork is awesome, by the way. And we flip back and forth to when Mark Spector was a mercenary. And this is just a wonderful 25th episode, or issue. But then there's this much of the whole book is the thing. Now here's the thing that ticked me off. There is a backup story from back in the day, written by Doug Moench and drawn by, I think, Bill Sienkiewicz. So let me take a look. Maybe. All right, we'll go back to the front. Here we go. I was right. Bill Sienkiewicz. Back when Bill Sienkiewicz was drawing like Neil Adams. That's not my problem. Everyone starts somewhere. So it's a little story with Moon Knight. The problem I have is, this is from an old comic book. This is the worst reproduction of a comic book I've ever seen in my life. Like, they didn't try. I'm pretty sure I could do better with a Xerox thing at work. It's not good. But I'm not going to let it ruin how much better the rest of the book is. So Moon Knight's up to 25. They made a $10 comic book out of that, and only a tiny little bit of it is icky. Alright. Unstoppable Doom Patrol number 4 out of 7. We have Dennis Culver as our writer. David LaFuente is our artist. This is one of those everyone has to go and see the head shrink. The psychiatrist. So while the artwork is gorgeous, there's just not a lot going on. We only get 7 issues. Are they going to change their mind and let us have Unstoppable Doom Patrol forever? Because that would be nice. I did like the artwork very well, but nothing happens in this comic book. Not really. New number 1, Sergio Aragonés and Mark Evaniers' Gru in the Wild, with a Roberto cartoon in the back. Gru is just trying to get something to eat. And he came back to a village he only half destroyed. And he wants to know why things aren't the way they used to be. And there's someone's getting ready to send an army to kill him. So those people are all dead. Gru's just always just silly fun. You should always read Gru. Alright. And after a long wait, because there's a long wait between every issue, Tom Holland's Fright Night number 3. And we have the writer is James Corrick. Artists are Jason Craig and Neil Vokes. And the vampires are after Peter Vincent. There's a bunch of vampires, and I do believe it's Jerry's sister or girlfriend. I don't know, but there's demons and vampires and half-naked ladies and a big old werewolf, and Peter Vincent's in it, and Charlie's in it, and they're all in it. So, good stuff. I wish it came out faster. Alright, Amazing Spider-Man number 29. When last we left our Amazing Spider-Man, he was with J. Jonah Jameson and the original Dr. Octopus arms that have fallen in love with Jonah. Zeb Wells is our writer. Ed McGuinness is our penciler. Mark Farmer is our inker. And they have to find a way to beat Doc Ock, who is torturing Norman Osborn, and things are not going well with Norman. They might put us back to something that I really was waiting to see how long it would take them to get around to it. And they do a really cool thing with Doc Ock's old arms that I'm not going to show you now. I don't want to ruin it. Go buy the comic book. This is a good time. I'm liking it a lot better with the new letting Ed McGuinness be the artist. Alright. Gargoyles, Dark Ages. So Gargoyles, the comic book, got its own spin-off. We went back in time for this one to 971. And I don't see my credits. Where am I? Here we are. Nope, that's still not. Oh, here we go. All right, Greg Weisman is the writer. Drew Moss is our artist. And a clan comes asking for protection. And the gargoyles are like, humans can be a pain in the butt, but we're going to try and help them anyways. So this is a lot of like flashback stuff, like backstory. It's really good. And they've announced a new villain comic that we're going to have to get. Hades gets his own comic, so we're going to have to get that. That'll be nice. And I sent there's a stack. Miles Morales Spider-Man. That's a classic cover. It's normally the Spider-Man costume in Hobgoblin. This is issue 8 with Cody Ziegler as the writer, Federico Vincentini as the artist. Miles and the gang want to go to the fair and eat too much fair food until even Pepto-Bismol will not help them. They're planning on pigging out, and who shows up? Hobgoblin. So, pretty good stuff, yeah. It's got nice, gorgeous artwork to it. It's nice to see Hobgoblin back. I'm not sure who Hobgoblin is this time. Not like 30 guys, I think. No idea. But, so, yep. Good book. More Hobgoblin. Can't go wrong. Jungle Comics number 18. I'm pretty sure I'm one of 3 people reading this. Our artist, we have 2-part story. There's Kyla, which is concept and story Stephen Reed, and the script is Stephen Ross. I don't think that tells me who drew it. I'm going to assume it's Stephen Reed and Stephen Ross. And then Zan of the Jungle, part 12, is a story and art by Giuseppe Pedriale and Robert Renzi. Jungle Comic is either jungle stuff or it's pinup art. There you go. And she is the goddess who walks the earth. So a lot like, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. And don't worry, she puts a bikini on that barely fits for the rest of the thing. Or she's saving this native tribe and wants them to stop being stupid. They're just pacifists, and she's like, sometimes you got to learn to fight. Zan has promised and kept his promise of destroying the village of cannibals that tried to kill him. And now he has to save the girl from the evil white man. And it's Jungle Comics, kids. You gotta love Jungle Comics. What else we got in here? Dark Ride, number 7. With the weird, thick cover. I mean, you hear that? It's heavy. Joshua Williamson is our creator-writer. Andre Bresson is our creator-artist. We get a little bit more backstory about the 2 kids that run the park with their dad and what was wrong with their mother. I'm still not really sure what was wrong with their mother. But we get to meet Dad having dinner with the kids, and things go sideways because these people are out of their flipping mind. So, yep. It's just weird. I don't have any other thing for it. It's just weird. Go buy it. And finally, I'd love a good photo cover, but they only had the cosplay photo, and I don't like cosplay photos. So Joseph Linzer, if I'm going to get somebody to draw Betty Page, thank you very much, Joseph. I appreciate your work. But on the inside, it's something entirely different. We have our writers are Mirka Andolfo and Luca Blagino. Illustrators are Alyssa Ferrari with Mara Angelilli and Tommaso Ronda. So Betty walks in on a perfect duplicate of herself. Come to find out that Betty's reasons for being there in Italy for a movie are a big old fib, and somebody's trying to save his girlfriend who looks exactly like Betty Page. If there's a reason, I don't know what it is, but it's a fun book. It's very cartoony, which we've never gotten with a Betty Page comic before, and they have little adventures and drive around in Italy in small cars. They did this cool thing where they're explaining things, so they use a film strip style, which was kind of neat. So, yep, it's a good Betty Page. Better than the last season, or episodes, or volumes, or whatever. Number 10 of 12 of the Batman and Scooby-Doo. Batman Scooby-Doo comics. Batman and Scooby-Doo mysteries. Let me see if I can find out where they hit it. There it is. Written by... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Written by Ivan Cohen and drawn by Dario Brizulia. Bruce Wayne has invented a new way for people to be in a giant ship if they lose satellite feed. The thing that worries me the most is it just looks like somebody strapped a giant magnifying glass to a giant ship. And all of the rooms in the thing are, the big party rooms and stuff are not murder mysteries, but mysteries. Mysteries to solve. And of course Batman has to get in on a boat that they know Bruce Wayne is on. Where'd Batman come from? Right? So, and I won't tell you who the bad guy is because it was kind of funny that they used him. But, yep, good, all in all, good fun. This would make a great cartoon. Warner Brothers cartoon. Cartoon. All right, that's enough of that. There, look at that stack. Look at it. We're not even done. I got one more thing. Martha said we needed this. It's called Cryptid Kids, the Bach Ness Monster. So apparently Penny, when she was little, got pushed in the water by her friend Luke. And because Luke thought that Penny could swim. Penny could not swim. Mom was not there and came to find out that her daughter was fine because she was saved by the Bach Ness Monster. Part chicken, part sea serpent. So, and our other friend Kay is a cryptozoology freak. She loves the cryptozoology. And the best thing is this, is they're making it their own cryptids. So we get the oddest cryptids. Let me see if I can just find the roll call of cryptids real quick. It's a big book. Relatively inexpensive, however, only $15. If you bought it the week it came out at Fanfare, you get 20% off if you pay the $5 membership. So let's see, what do we got? Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. So there's the Bach Ness Monster, awesome. There's the Big Tor, which is a Bigfoot Minotaur. No, a Bigfoot Centaur. Big Tar. There's a Yeticorn. There's a Rhode Island Devil instead of Jersey Devil. There's one thing that's just a big old slimy ball of stuff. There's the Puddle Monster and the Reverse Mermaid. So legs and then big fish head. But they go on an adventure because Penny's leaving with her mother to a new city and she's not going to see her friends. So she wants to prove to everybody that the Bach Ness Monster is real. As you can tell by the cover, we have no trouble believing that the Bach Ness Monster is real. The artwork is very nice. It reminded me a little of Steven Universe. So that's kind of cool. Apparently this is their second graphic novel. I don't think the first one was Cryptid Kids. I do want them to make more Cryptid Kids because Kay is my favorite. She's a little girl who makes zines and is a very high energy human and makes zines about cryptozoology and stuff like that. So just you already pick your favorites. That's how that works. So that's the new book. Martha picked that out. So if you want to get that, Fanfare's got that. You might have to order it. I think we had to order it. And then the big stack here. Secret, I looked ahead. Next week we will only have 3 books. This show is going to be so short that it will not be funny. So even made the camera person Dandy laugh. So Sophie, Fiona, you had your shot. Come to family reunion. Need a bunch of stuff. You didn't come. Apparently you got a new cat named Milo. So hi Milo. How's it going? For the rest of you, as I always tell you, go someplace that has comic books. Library's got comic books. Internet's got comic books. If you don't like superheroes, this is a giant chicken serpent monster. Here we go. We'll do this. I've got a minute. So we got superhero, not a superhero, not a superhero, not a superhero, not a superhero, superhero, not a superhero, superhero, not a superhero, definitely not a superhero. They kind of are superheroes. So see, look, at least half of the books are non-superhero comics. So it's easy. You can get stuff you like about anything. They draw comics about everything. They draw comics about, as I said before, chicken serpents. Bach Ness Monster. I love that little pun. Bach Ness Monster. So, and if you're Fanfare, Fanfare's got the club, $5 a year, gets you 20% off all new books. They just moved across the street to where the cycle place used to be, City Zoo, I think is what it was called. I don't remember. I never went there. So, and if you don't have one, nearby. There's all sorts of options for you. So I'll see you next week with a much smaller stack. In the meantime, go read a comic book.